Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I am doing speed reviews and rankings of everything that came into my makeup collection in June and July this year. I actually have quite a bit to go over in this video, so let's go ahead and jump in right away. Okay, so I've done a couple other speed review videos of kind of like products I've tried in different months throughout this year. But today I'm going to be doing those speed reviews, but I'm also going to rank them all. And I recently watched a video from Hannah Louise Poston where she ranked all of her lip glosses in order from what she most feels like wearing, like putting on her face right this second, to kind of what things she's feeling much less excited about wearing right now. And I thought that was a really fun way to rank things because it really reflects the fact that this is kind of just how I see my collection right this minute, right? Like right when I'm recording this and uploading it, this is how I feel about these products. And this is how I would rank them in terms of kind of what I want to put on my face least right now to what I want to put on my face the most right now. So I have 14 items to review and rank today, and that's actually way more than I would normally have in a 2-month time frame, but that happened for a couple different reasons. First, I won a giveaway from Sally Choi, so a few of these products came into my collection without me purchasing them. Second, if you saw my video in June, kind of my check-in for my low buy and no buy year, I actually decided to get rid of my no buy months. I was doing super well with low buying, and so July ended up being a low buy month as well, although normally June would have been a purchasing month and July would have been no purchases at all. And then third, I had 2 gift cards, one to Ulta and one to Sephora, that I wanted to use up. So I ended up with kind of more than I'm used to, but that's why I decided to rank them as well. Okay, so we are going to start at the bottom at number 14, the thing I feel the least like putting on my face right now, and that is the Flower Beauty Get Real Serum Foundation. So I've actually had this for, I don't know, 3 weeks or so, and I've been testing it out, trying to love it, and for some reason it's just not really working for me. So I bought this on the recommendation of Kelly Gooch here on YouTube, and normally her skin type and my skin type and our makeup preferences align super well. So whenever she rants and raves about like a foundation or concealer product, I usually feel pretty confident that I'm going to like that as well, but this is just different than I expected. It's a serum foundation, which to me usually implies that it's going to be like a very thin, runny texture, but it's actually pretty thick in comparison to other serum foundations I've tried. And the reason I love a kind of serum textured foundation so much is because that really, really thin, almost watery consistency spreads and blends so evenly across my skin. But this one kind of doesn't do that. It's really hard for me to get it to blend out. I've tried it with my fingers, a brush, and a sponge, and it always leaves streaks. So I'm still trying to figure out if there's a way I can use this and make it work. But honestly, this might be one of my very first returns for the year of 2021. I don't actually think I've returned any other makeup this year because I've made really careful choices and purchases. But this one is just kind of a letdown, and I don't know, I'm not sure I'm keeping it. In the number 13 spot is the Catrice Fresh It Up Prime and Fine Aqua Fresh Hydro Primer. Wow, this has like 5 different names on here. So this is a good primer. I just don't think it's anything outstanding. I think it does the same thing that like my face moisturizer does. So I'm not sure I would like go back out again and purchase a product like this again, because if I use my moisturizer, then this is a little bit redundant. I don't notice huge hydrating benefits throughout the day, but it does make my skin feel really nice before I put my makeup on, and it doesn't cause any like pilling or anything weird with my makeup, so it's very reliable. Just not maybe as like outstanding as I thought it was going to be based on the fact that I've been hearing incredible reviews of this product for years on end. Number 12 is the Kokie Soft Glow Highlighter in the shade Heavenly. So just looking at it here next to my face, you can probably guess kind of why this is ranking relatively low on the scale. It is just a little bit deep for my skin tone. Now, I do actually really love highlighters that are relatively close to my natural skin tone. I don't love like a huge icy stripe across my face most of the time. So I was actually really, really excited about this highlighter, but it is a tiny bit too deep. However, I will say this highlighter looks absolutely incredible for on camera and in photos. It is Oh my gosh, it just looks like I have the healthiest, glowiest skin of all time when I wear it like on camera. In person though, it is a little like chunky looking. So I don't know, it's kind of just falling towards the bottom here because I'm not ever really super excited to wear it. I don't know, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about this one. I might end up passing it along to someone who's like a shade darker than me in skin tone. In the number 11 spot is the e.l.f. Seriously Satin Lipstick in the shade Pepper. So it's just like a nice standard red. Now, this is a case of kind of my overexcitement for a product or a line from a brand. So I own this lipstick formula in a different shade called Cider, and it's one of my all-time favorite lipsticks. The formula, the color, everything about it is absolutely perfect. And I was excited because this went half off at Ulta, so it was only $1.50 for a lipstick formula that I knew I was absolutely obsessed with, and I thought, you know what, why not get a bright red? Well, it came, and I don't know if e.l.f. changed the formula on these or if the formula just varies from shade to shade, but this one's like sticky kind of on my lips. It's like I can really feel that it's there. The Cider one feels really weightless on my lips. It is just absolutely incredible in every way. I don't know if it's like this batch or this color or if they changed the formula or what, but this was a little bit of a letdown just because I think I had built it up so much in my head because of my experience with the other shade that when this one didn't kind of live up to that performance, I was disappointed. In the number 10 spot is the e.l.f. and Jen Atkin black eyeliner, Zero Effort Liner. So this eyeliner I bought because I needed a black eyeliner, and this one had really good reviews on Ulta. It's ranking a little lower here on my list because the first few times I tried this, I was blown away. It is so smooth, so glidey, absolutely beautiful, and it really stayed put all day. So I was really impressed. Well, the last few times I've worn it, I have used it in my waterline or like to tightline on my upper lash line, and it is runny. So when my eyes water, it does really run, and it's pretty messy if that starts happening. It's also just like a black pencil liner, so it's not that exciting to me. It just is more of like a utility thing in my eyes. So ranking a little lower because it's just not that fun. Ranking in the number 9 spot, this might surprise some of you, I have put the Propa Beauty lipsticks here. So I just did a huge review of these. I swatch both shades on my lips that I have, and I do basically a really positive, overall extremely happy review where I say these might be possibly the best lipstick formula I've tried all year. So you might be asking yourself, why are they ranking in number 9 if they're that great? And the reason is solely because of the colors. So I have sort of like a little bit more fall tones here. So if I'm ranking these based on how much I really want to put them like on my lips today, the answer is like, I really don't. These aren't shades that I tend to lean towards in the summer. And so I know that these would be ranking so much higher if it were fall or winter. So just keep that in mind. But I do really love this formula, and I cannot wait to kind of bust these out when the season is right. In the number 8 spot are the Alter Ego brushes that, again, these were part of the giveaway from Sally Choi. So I probably wouldn't have gone out and purchased this big of a makeup brush set for myself. I have plenty of brushes, but I found myself really enjoying these. So they're synthetic brushes. I think the set is like somewhere around $16, and you get, I believe it's 12 brushes. So a really good value. And these feel really nice. Like they feel very, I'm not going to say high-end or luxury, but they feel on the upper end of affordable. Let's put it that way. I really have been using these brushes nonstop. The only reason they're ranking kind of low here is because I really love the eyeshadow brushes. They are really good, like shapes and sizes. There are a whole bunch of them, and they're really well thought out brush shapes that I haven't really seen in a lot of affordable brands. So I adore the eye brushes. The face brushes to me are kind of boring and also sort of like the wrong size for my face. I have a relatively small head and face, so they just kind of are fine to me, the face brushes are. So they're just falling somewhere in the middle of this list because I'm really excited about the eye brushes and not really excited about the face brushes. All right, in the number 7 spot is the Smashbox Cali Contour Face Palette. And I love this palette. I love it, but I also love so many of my other cheek products that it's been really hard for me to kind of prioritize using this over them. So I'm putting it here because I would love to put this on my face today, but I would also probably take a peek around at like all of my other face products before choosing to use this one. All of the shades in here are honestly like exactly spot on perfect for my skin tone. So I think that really helps with my love of this product because I know I can go in here, get a really quick and easy look, and it's going to look natural and at home on my skin. The only things I don't like really love in here are this matte setting powder. It's like a little too cakey and dry on my dry skin. And this like shimmery bronzy one is like kind of a weird texture. It works really well as an eyeshadow. I really like it as an eyeshadow, but I don't really like it on my face and I can't pinpoint why. So I don't really use this one that much. That being said, both of these shades are perfectly functional, and so it's a really good face palette all around, and it just feels really nice. I know on camera it doesn't look that nice, but it's like heavy and it just feels so good, and the mirror in here is like big enough to actually be functional, and I really love this face palette. In the 6th spot is the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in the shade Oh Snap. So they've had this shade around for a really long time. This is like by no means a new product to ColourPop's line, but it's like the perfect mauvey pink with cool undertones ever. So I am kind of like always on this continual hunt for a good cool toned lip liner because I do have neutral leaning cool undertones, and sometimes lipsticks just pull a little too warm. And so one of my favorite tricks is to put a cool toned lip liner around the edges and then place that warmer toned color kind of like in the center and then overlap it with that cooler tone. And it kind of helps create that gradient between my natural undertones and then the lip color. So this has been it. I mean, I think I found it. I think I found like my perfect pinky mauve cool toned lip liner, and the formula is great as well, and the price point is incredible. So I'm really happy with this. All right, we're into the top 5 for these past 2 months for me. So in the 5th spot here are the 4 JD Glow shadows I recently bought. So let me actually take off this little clear protective screen. These are just in a magnetic palette. Okay, there, you can see them a little bit better there. So these are unreal. Like these are unbelievable. I have tried other indie makeup eyeshadow brands before, but these are like a whole league of their own, like way a step above everything else I've tried, and they are just so pretty. The only reason they're falling in the 5th spot here is because these are not exactly like everyday shades for me. So if I were to, for example, put these on my eyes today, I would want to be going somewhere where I'm okay with having something a little bit more like exciting on my eyes. They're just not everyday eyeshadows for me. And so the idea of putting them on today when I know I have a lot of places to go is kind of not where my mind is at. In the number 4 spot is the Merit Beauty Tinted Lip Oil in the shade Marrakesh. So this shade, first off, is like my toasty, peachy summer dreams come true. I just love this shade, especially for summer. And the formula is incredible as well. It is really nourishing, at least in my opinion, and I have relatively dry skin and I live in a very dry climate. So I feel like it adds quite a bit of nourishment, maybe not as much as like a genuine lip balm, but pretty good. And it just has such a smooth, even application. It just looks absolutely gorgeous with little to no effort. I love this lip color. In 3rd place is the ColourPop Lust for Dusk palette. You guys, this palette has blown me away. I gave it a glowing review the first time I reviewed it, but just wanted to follow up here to say it is still by far my favorite palette in my collection right now. And I honestly, I don't know how it could be kind of displaced from that spot for a long time. I have been loving this. I love the like bronzy colors. These terracotta shades this summer have been so good. In fact, kind of that terracotta eyeshadow along with the like Merit lip oil gives me the most beautiful like monochromatic look going on. I love that. And I've also been playing with like the mauve corner. I'm so blown away by this quality. I don't know, is this just what ColourPop is now? Are they this good? I haven't bought an eyeshadow palette from ColourPop since the Going Coconuts palette, and maybe they're all just this good now. And maybe I'm ranting and raving about this and everyone's like, yeah, Morgan, we know. But if not, and if you haven't bought from ColourPop in a while, honestly, I think this is worth all of the money that I paid for it and more. Okay, and the top two places here are both going to the same brand. And I think that speaks volumes. This is my first time ever trying this brand. And both of the products I ordered are so outstanding that they could not have gone anywhere but these top two places on my list. So in second place is the Thrive Cosmetics Buildable Blur HD Creaseless Concealer. I have the shade Fair Cool, and man, is this good. It is so good. I talk a lot in my review about why I love this product so much, but basically the very quick recap is it genuinely doesn't crease under my eyes. And I've never in my life had a different concealer that can do that. Of course, it creases just a little bit, but it's so minimal that I don't have to set it with powder. So then when it does crease that tiny little bit, like hours into the day, I can tap it out with my finger because I didn't set anything down. So that's basically the quick rundown of that concealer. It's outstanding. I love it. It's going to be a staple for me as long as they're producing this product. And the number one product is the Thrive Lash Extensions Mascara. So this I have in the shade Crystal, which is a brown black. So it's like a dark brown, and it is just like the one thing I'm wanting to put on my face really consistently lately. And I think part of it is because this is the first tubing mascara I've ever owned. Or I should say it's the first tubing mascara I've ever owned that has worked how a tubing mascara is supposed to work. So I've tried a couple affordable ones in the past. I know I tried one from e.l.f. and I think I tried one from like LA Girl or so. I can't even remember. I can't remember the other brand, but I tried one from e.l.f. for sure. And it didn't do the thing. It didn't do the thing where it like flakes off in little tubes and you don't have to like scrub at your eyes with makeup remover. In fact, it functioned almost more like a waterproof mascara does. And so I kind of like wrote them off as a scam. And this has completely changed my mind. It is so gentle to take off at the end of the night, and it lengthens my lashes like to the sky. I love this. I love this mascara, and it is like the one thing that on a daily basis almost I'm putting it on. And that's kind of like not normal for me. I don't know how much I've talked about this on YouTube, I guess, just because to me it feels totally normal. But typically when I'm putting makeup on, I'm putting it on because I'm like wanting to play with my makeup. I want to like play, get dressed up, feel fancy, really go all out, do a full face of makeup. Or I literally wear no makeup, like absolutely none. Those are kind of like my two modes. And so the fact that I've been reaching for this, which is kind of like how I see kind of like everyday casual makeup wearers using their makeup, the fact that I'm doing that is really weird. That's really weird. I haven't worn daily makeup ever in my life, ever. And so the fact that I'm kind of reaching for something that has that intended purpose is kind of makes it really clear to me how much I love this mascara, and the fact that I don't dread taking my makeup off at the end of the night when I wear this. So huge life changers, honestly. Both of those Thrive Cosmetics ones have dramatically changed like my makeup routines, and that speaks volumes. Okay, so there we have it. Those are all 14 things that kind of came into my life in June and July. And I hope you enjoyed the review and ranking style of this video today. If you liked this style, let me know in the comments below. If you didn't like it, let me know that as well. I'm adaptable. I'm not tied to any specific kind of format here. So please feel free to let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.